Nurse, here's how you're going to avoid blowing that nurse interview that you have coming up. I'm Katie. I'm the nurse mentor that you should have had all of these years. I've interviewed hundreds of nurses for remote and non-traditional jobs, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the STAR method. You see, remote nurse interviews are going to be different because unlike the clinical interviews, they're going to be a little bit more focused, and they're often going to have behavioral-based questions. Plus, unlike clinical interviews, they're going to be doing much more than just confirming that you have a license and a pulse. Don't get hung up on the fact that the STAR method might be different. It's a situation, a task, an action, and a result. And what they're looking for is, can you succinctly describe a time when you insert what they asked you and you had a result? Even if the result wasn't great, what did you learn from that and how can you apply it in the future? Let me give you an example. Tell me about a time when you had to deal with a difficult person. Again, this is not the time that we're going to dive into the details. 1 or 2 sentences to kind of set that situation and what your task was is going to be enough. Simply say that you were charged with the task of implementing maybe a new policy. The task at hand is that you were supposed to get 100% compliance, but the issue was that you had one of the senior nurses that was really pushing back and didn't agree with the rule. The key answer here for almost any of these types of questions is going to be that you spoke with this person one-on-one, you explored their feelings, you identified the mutual goal, you wrapped your arms around them, you guys decided to get on the same page for the greater good of the team, and then you went together, you created that buy-in and then implemented, and the results were within 3 months you had 100% compliance. I know you're losing all of the dirty detail and it didn't seem that cut and dry, but that is the response that you want to provide within about 60 seconds and then pause. Let them dig into the details, but it shows that you can succinctly articulate what you've done and how you executed that and what the results were. At the end of the day, you've been succinctly communicating with healthcare providers for years. Don't let the STAR method intimidate you. Let me know what questions you have.